Hello everybody, and welcome back to Code Vein. Finally, it has been a pretty decent amount of time. I'm pretty sure we played this around mid to late October, so it's been a little bit since we revisited this game, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't 100% remember where we were, um, but we will probably be able to figure out pretty quickly. I know we defeated and saved the first keeper of the relics, which was the weird four-armed Anubis-looking chick. So hopefully we'll be able to save the rest of them. I don't know how far we're going to be able to get today. I would like to finish the game today, but I believe that is a bit more on the unrealistic side. And in that case, then we're just not going to worry about it, and we're going to do probably another episode or two after this. Let's see. I didn't finish making my post. Okay, but I don't know about all that music, but it's kind of bumping. Alright, but anyway, uh, I do apologize for the quality being a little bit on the crappy side. My internet is acting up today, and I'm not sure why. I've tried resetting it, and somehow that, didn't really change anything. I plugged an Ethernet cable in, it actually made it worse, which I didn't understand.
First, I want to thank you. Without your help, we never would have learned, and we're not finished yet. I promised. I can't help.
And this is the part where my VOD either gets muted or demonetized or something along those lines. Oh, wait, I forgot to put something. I gotta change the title a little bit. I've reached 250 followers! Thank you to Beat Shadow 007 for being that final one to put me over the line. You know, it ain't much. It's not the biggest milestone in the world, but it feels good. It gives me that sweet little bit of serotonin that I need. So let's see. What is the next, like, I know the next area I'm supposed to go, but I don't remember how I'm supposed to get there. Cathedral of the Sacred Blood, Memories of the Player, Ridge of Frozen Souls. Inner Tower. Oh wait, no, I know what I need to do. Inner Tower. Right. I remember now. Hey, Famished Wolf, welcome in, welcome in. How are you today? Alright. Doing good. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. I've just been playing a lot of games today. I played Persona 5 for a little while because for some reason I've just been craving a restart on it. Played a little bit of League of Legends, and now I'm playing some of this. Hopefully I can manage to make decent progress without an embarrassing amount of deaths to go with it. Oh wait, is my X button sprint? I don't remember. Yeah, X is sprint. What is this? Oh, teleporter. Sure. Move to the corresponding point. Why not? I forgot that was an ability I was given. I probably would have remembered what to do if I knew about that. So that's my bad. Now I know what to do. Revenant transformations. I just remembered a very terrible piece of information I gave my friends, I think either last night or this morning, that made them very upset with me. And now I'm going to ruin all of your days with it. A calendar is a non-perishable item, yet somehow it still has an expiration date.
This cave
That is all.
does not seem very long.
Oh, hey, look, it's my hometown right now.
I've never seen such a large thorn of judgment.
What? Oh, is that what she's talking about? I don't know what... I don't know what she's talking about.
Is it some sort of building? The
Oh,
treacherous path.
also, I have Io as my companion, which technically I'm not supposed to be able to have her. Not yet, anyway, but because this is New Game Plus and I was hunting the Platinum, I was able to switch to her, and she is my #1 companion, so that's a thing that we're gonna have. I guess I could switch back to Louis, but I don't remember what the actual point of them giving me the option to use her is. Oh, hi.
Forgive me.
Oh. Well. I forgot that was a problem. Ow.
Good morning.
Good morning. The Game Plus mode is usually for completing achievements. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I used it for. Because unlike the Souls games that I usually play, Code Vein has only one single save slot, so you're not able to make more than one character. So if I wanted to get the 100% achievements on this, I was required to keep using this file, so I just moved it to New Game Plus. Because I didn't want to reset everything and then have to grind from the beginning all over again. Because the final trophy is a multiplayer one, it has no business being as annoying as it actually is. I don't know, do you play Code Vein, or do you know about it at all? Well, at least it stays there, so it doesn't happen again. Oh, it's not an enemy.
What's hidden in there?
Not really. Okay, so it has a multiplayer component, as pretty much almost every Souls or Souls-style game does, where, you know, you can summon another player and you can help them out. You can help them beat an area boss, help them navigate, whatever. Well, there is actually a trophy in this game where you have to do that and defeat 400 bosses on the behalf of other players.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Now, that doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world until you consider there's only like 8 bosses in the whole game.
Watch the water and be wary of foes.
And the game's been out for a while, which means that its player base is not as huge and active as it used to be. So, it took me a very long time to get the platinum on this game. And I'd already had maybe 100 or 150 bosses beaten by the time I was starting to stream this, so resetting that, not an option. I appear to have a cat climbing up. Hello, Zoe. Hello. Good girl. Good girl. So yeah, a lot of work goes into the 100% on this game, and I just was not okay with resetting it.
Mountains are
And no one
calling
likes
you,
to lose their hard work and
aren't
time. Exactly. Like, every single, like, actual Souls game, like Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, whatever, all of the multiplayer trophies can be earned offline because it's item collection. It's just the drop rates are low. But you're also able to use
There's a
multiple
hole.
save files. Oh, hello? You're also able to use multiple save files, and it's much smaller and easier to get the collectibles on their online. 400 bosses is just not okay. It is entirely too many.
We went below here before, weren't we? Where? We found something valuable today.
Oh, I heard a small child. Was that... Oh my god, what was his name? The little boy in the coat that we're supposed to be looking for. I forgot his name. Oops.
I'll be there soon.
That's nice. I don't know where we're going. Alright. What is this? This is one of those doors we were just... won't budge. Wait,
Good
but...
omen. It seems it will
I
not.
thought we like just gained the ability to use these. Whatever. This will bring me back, right? Yep. The sound design is nice. Yeah, I honestly like almost every Souls-esque game or like anything of that style is gorgeous. Like the sound is great, especially like the boss music, the graphics are awesome, the design is just it's out of this world. And Code Vein is definitely no exception. It has the feeling of what if Bloodborne wasn't Victorian era? You know, if it was more an actual like sci-fi monstrosity instead of, well, I guess it is sci-fi, but actual like I don't know how to describe it properly. But it feels kind of like Bloodborne done in a different style, and Bloodborne being my favorite,
Sorry.
it really makes it so much better for me.
Be cautious.
Oh, hi! Ow!
What's that doing there? I make good use of this.
Hang on, let me just set my sword on fire. Oh god. Oh, hi. You know, walking up all these hills is ridiculous. This is what our parents always say it was like walking to school every morning. Missing the monsters, though, I think. Hello?
That's quite a view.
Yeah. I think I'm beginning to understand why people take up hiking as a hobby.
Whoa. Okay, that does look real nice.
It's just like before.
So she knows this place.
Nicola.
Nicola,
What could have
that was
brought
it.
you all the way out here?
It is a really nice view.
Weren't you turned to ash?
Psych, bro,
Stay
you
alert.
thought.
This could be a trap.
Nicola. Is that really you? Are you trying to tell me something?
He vanished.
Well, that's a thing that
What the
happened.
hell was that?
Oh,
A vestige.
then are his memories inside?
Always trippy to watch that happen. Always trippy. But always fun to watch, too.
Each successor has the ability to manifest their crypt in the form that will best suit you. What will you choose for yours, Nikolai?
Well, if it's my choice, I want something cool. Like a giant robot that fights evil.
I'd suggest a place that puts your heart at ease.
A place where I can relax? Okay, I got it. So when I become a successor, can I use my power to make a copy of myself?
Oh, hi Ben. Thank you for the lurk.
But I know she gets lonely. I think she'd be really sad if she
Has that beautiful music.
I'm sorry, but no. The relics are simply too dangerous. The more you use their power, the greater the risk becomes. And maintaining a duplicate of yourself would be far too much of a strain. I'm afraid I cannot allow it. Besides that, your crypt will block any transmissions from the world outside. Even if your duplicate was with your sister, you would know. You wouldn't share any of its experiences with her. Here it is. This place is your path to its successor.
Okay then, off to fight.
You're the bravest fighter we have.
Oh,
I pray that you have a long and peaceful rest.
the poor little boy, man. He's just a kid.
I'm sorry, Jack. I have to take care of Mia.
Riku! Heyo! Welcome in. How you doing? I lurked on your stream the entire time today, but I didn't say hi. But I was hiding there, I promise. I'm doing okay.
A successor. Up until now, all that time I was with Nicola, he was just a copy he made of himself. That means when I awakened as a revenant, he was already...
I see. That does explain it. That's why he didn't get better after taking the blood beads.
It can't be! The two of us, we were always together. We were always going to stay together. And now, after all this time, I didn't know. I never even suspected. Poor Nicola was alone this whole time.
I think we'll find him farther up ahead. Let's go see him. That's why we're here, right?
All that ice looks freaky. Like, if it were stone or something, I'd say there's a dragon waiting for me on the other side. The fact that it's ice looks worse. Beyond Vestige number 3. Alright, so we've got 3 of them. We need, what, 5, maybe 6? Dragon? Well, just like, looking at the spires, it looks like a dragon is waiting inside of that. For some reason.
lost are in the snow.
Whoa!
Watch the sky.
I'm not sure I was... Oh. Alright, let's go.
The wall of red mist. Now we should watch out for the trees.
Why the trees? Sorry, do we have moving trees no one told me about?
We can certainly use this.
Ah, the sound of crunching snow. Can't wait to fall to my death. Oh, hi.
The sky feels close from up here, doesn't it?
I shouldn't try to roll through this. Ooh. Oh. Didn't hit me that hard. Ow. There we go. Alright. There's gotta be one here somewhere. Oh, yep, I can hear that. There it is. Alright. I was actually about to say those exact words. He took them right out of my mouth. That's hysterical. That's hilarious.
I was
All
waiting
right.
for you.
Into the shadows. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by. Ooh, you remembered the lurk command. Nice. I appreciate you hanging out. Bonk. So how you feeling, Riku? Are you doing okay? Wait, was that how I was supposed to get over? Did I go the wrong way? I think I did. Oopsie. Yeah, I gotta go somewhere else. That's my bad. No. Wait. Gimme. You know what, EO, you can have that one. Oh. Okay.
Did you find something good?
Ooh, pictures. Cool. Beyond Chrome. I don't know what that does. I don't know what I got hit by. It looked like he just stepped forward. It was kind of weird. Whatever. Alright. What way am I supposed to go? I need to get through those. Alright. Here's to hoping I'm not going to be missing anything. Don't give them a chance to run me over. Ow! Oh! Pungent cheese? Yeah. I never understood people's obsession with cheese.
Can't reach it from here.
It doesn't taste bad, but it's not as... I don't know, I never understood the ridiculous hype some people have for it. Especially some of the stinky
Nothing
cheeses.
gets past you, huh?
Alright, I need to look around here. There are definitely more vestiges for me to collect. I want to be able to save this one. Oh.
Over here.
Okay, not a vestige. You got this, EO. I'll just wait here. Alright, got him. Hang on, my computer brightness is up and I don't want it to be. Oh my god, it's way up. Why is my brightness almost max? That's better. No vestiges here? Really?
Heading there now.
Alright. Maybe I have to go from up above? That would make sense. There has to be more vestiges. If I don't collect them all
It's
and
gradually growing colder.
give them to his keeper before I beat him in a fight, I can't save it. And I'm not about to lose the kid. I'm not Iron Man. Hello there.
I shall maximize my efforts.
Oh, that was annoying. Just die. Thank you.
I pray there's something valuable inside.
Not really. I wear the best equipment in my mind, like the best for my build. So it's not like picking anything up isn't really gonna do anything for me. You know, I only ever really use the Nightclaw, which granted there probably are better ones for me, just not really. Yep, this is what I wanted. So, kick the ladder down, first of all.
In the first place.
Good question. Now we have this. I don't know, is there? Right, so I keep it this way.
Please don't do
me
anything
see.
you might regret.
Yep. Yeah, anything that's like more reasonable will lower my attack speed. And I'm not trying to have that happen. Because I want to bonk everybody. If this weapon is too slow, I can't use it. And it hits like a truck, as you can see.
I'll be there soon.
Now, granted, I could just do this and pull out my regular sword. It still hurts, but it's not on the level of my Zweihander. away.
We can certainly use this.
Oh, hi. Oh, okay. Alright, that's it. Let's see what we got. We haven't found any more vestiges. There's gotta be more. Yeah, we don't have part A. That's a problem. Where is part A? Is that like at the beginning of the area? It's gotta be.
This is the crypt.
It has to be at the beginning of the area. Oh, yep, I know where it is. I remember.
We have to choose one way or the other.
If you had to choose, if you had to choose. It's such a strange way to climb a ladder. Just jump up 4 rungs like you're climbing, like a kid in middle school going up or down the stairs. You're just jumping 4 or 5 at a time. Ridge of Frozen Souls. Iceless Falls. Iceless Falls would probably do me a little bit better. Alright, so now we just run for it. We gotta get over there. Alright, so you guys remember how we fell through a hole in the ground? I technically have to do that. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, wait, no, I made it. Oh, I survived. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Who are you? Oh, those are turned revenants. Oh, that's scary. Those are like people. Not very strong people, but people. Oh, did I miss it? I think it might have been somewhere on the drop then.
Was that also due to the Great Collapse? Look at that.
Activator. Yeah. It was somewhere during the drop, I think. Must have missed it. Alright, we're gonna try again. Miss me. Alright. Yep, there it is. I see it.
Nicola, what are you doing?
Got it. Alright. Time to return. I was hoping it would bring me back to the other one, because I didn't actually rest at this one, but... oh well. It shaves like 30 seconds off my time if it works that way, but doesn't matter. Now we should be able to go back to the Keeper and restore the vestiges. Maybe.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
Io, I promise, nobody is mad at you if you stop to look at the scenery. It's okay.
I've been waiting for you. Please, scream memory for me.
Oh. Oh, she was in the middle of... okay, that's a thing that happened. Alright, so we're gonna restore... wait, Vestige 2 and Vestige 4? What about 1 and 3? Oh, this is
Nicola,
pretty.
what are you doing?
Practicing swordsmanship. I'm gonna be a knight someday.
Wow, that sounds like fun. How about a match with me then?
Really? Don't be too hard on me, Mia.
Okay, I guess I walked past it. I thought it was blocking me.
You little bullies, get out of here! Nicola, are you okay?
Is that a broom? That's a broom.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm fine. But you had to come in and save me again, Mia. I have to train and get stronger. I have to be able to protect you someday.
That's cute. Alright, so that's the first one. So what do I need? Alright, I guess let me check to make sure I have the other three. Because it's usually like 4 or 5. Excuse me? What are those noises? That was concerning. Alright, stats, no. Oh, right, the code is here. Atlas, so we want Fiona. Am I able to look at it? No. No, I am not.
I've been... Please, spin the thread
Restore
of memory.
vestige. Alright, so I'm going to restore number 4. It might be smart for me to go back. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I just have all of them. I don't know. I don't want to lose them.
What are those things? What happened here?
Mia, watch out!
What? Oh.
Where am I?
You're a very lucky young man. You've been reborn.
Where's Mia?
Now, there's no need to worry. We can bring her back too, I promise.
Seriously, the Revenant experiments are already, like, horrifying enough. And already, like, ethically suspicious.
He does have successor potential.
But to do them on a child.
But his numbers really aren't all that high. They pass, yes, but just barely.
True. The rest would have to depend on him.
Right? Is that it? Do I have all of them now? Because that was 2 and 4. That means I probably already have 1. I picked up 3 halfway through the area. And I think I usually get 1 after the boss fight. So, maybe?
I've been waiting. Please, spin a thread of memory for me.
There's nothing left, so... here's to hoping, I guess? Let's find out. If I can't save the kid, I'm going to be very upset.
It's a successor. No.
Nicola.
Mia.
Well, we found him.
I won't give up.
Another copy. He's making a whole bunch.
I have to keep Mia safe.
He's been here, fighting against the urge to frenzy all this time. It's incredible. Tough kid.
He's quite
I'm
literally
sorry,
been
Nicola.
holding himself back
never
from losing
realized.
his mind.
But your sister is here now. I'm here!
That scene could have gone on a little bit longer at the end there, but oh well.
Be
Why
careful.
those noises? Ow. Ooh. And he's down. Here's to hoping? I don't know if I did it. Well, there's
Thank
there's
you.
what's left of him. What was his name? Successor of the
You
what?
were
The
the
breath
one
or something?
Taking care of me all along.
So what, he got her lungs or her actual breath?
Nicola, I'm so sorry.
Poor girl. She's not appropriately dressed for winter. It's a wonder she's not freezing.
No, I'm okay, really. Thank you.
You know, voice lines would be nice from my character once in a while. I understand when games have like 15 different voices that you can't really expect the voice actors to do every single line that you could think of in the game. You know, it's not like Mass Effect where it's just one guy, one girl, and that's it. But I would still like it if my character did more than just go, yeah, in the voice that I picked out. Although listening to him fall down a pit and go, oh, come on, was kind of the icing on the cake here. That was pretty hilarious, I'm not going to front.
When is Mia going to wake up?
No one can really say for certain. Unfortunately, some never do wake up. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yes, it is, actually. Back into the shadows I come, take it. Yes, it is her brother.
Are you sure? You're still just a kid.
It doesn't matter. When I become a successor, I'll be able to keep Mia safe. Anyway, I can't just let the world be destroyed before Mia wakes up, can I?
We don't deserve this child. Up here? Oh, yep, this
I
way.
wonder if Mia's woken up yet. I hope she's all right. I'm fighting for you.
There he is.
So, get well soon, Mia.
This is such a brave little child. Like, he really basically guaranteed his eventual death just so his sister could have the chance to wake up. Not even do anything special, just wake up. Like, that's crazy to think about.
Nicola!
Mia?
Did he not realize we made it to him or something? I just kicked his ass. Aww.
Is it really you, Mia?
I'm so sorry. I left you all alone.
It's okay. You didn't. Really, Mia.
That's sweet.
I'm just so glad you're finally awake. And hey, it looks like you've made a bunch of good friends. That's great.
It's all thanks to you, Nicola.
That poor little boy.
You were always at my side. That's what gave me the strength to keep fighting. That's why I'm here. You kept me safe all this time. You protected me and gave me courage. What more could I possibly hope for?
Mia.
This is so much more depressing than the first time.
My dear little brother, it seems you have truly become a knight. And you're the bravest, most noble knight of all. I love you, Nicola.
Thanks, Mia. I love you too, sis.
Time Time to see if we pulled it off or not. Oh, is it gonna work? Did I do it? I did! Yes! Alright, that makes me feel a little bit better. If you collect all of their memories, you can restore them after the fight. But if you miss even one single flashback, they just crumble to dust and die right there. And I really did not want to lose the kid. Because, like, that's so depressing. Especially given that his sister's in my party. Oh, he's still moving.
Mia?
Could use a little bit of motor oil, but he's still moving.
Nicola.
Aww.
You sure have grown.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, this is how I look now. But this form's much stronger.
He's very excited about that.
I really don't know how I can repay you for all that you've done. I owe you so much. Everything, really. And yet, I have nothing to give you in return.
I'd like to show my gratitude somehow, but in this shape.
To be honest, I was hoping you'd come along with us. But
You've only just been reunited with your family. It would be pretty cruel to break you two up again.
you agree,
Okay,
right?
but also it would be awesome to have him too? Look at the size of him. He could literally string every enemy in the path up to the next boss, up like an accordion, and play them as we travel.
They're gone.
Listen, Nicola. There are still other successors out there. People like you fighting against themselves in order to survive. It would be a mistake for me to stop now. That's what I believe.
Then go.
Aww.
Nicola.
We don't deserve this child. We really don't.
You've all given me so much strength. I'll stay here and hold down the fort.
I'll come back for you, little brother.
That's cute. Aeon Vestige number 5.
Mia and Nicola were so close.
Then go. Then go.
Wait a minute, is he... Oh, he's wearing... Okay, he's wearing his winter hat. I thought he was wearing a little, like, mini top hat for a second. I was really confused. Alright, I think now we go through that door, in the underground area. Isis Falls. That's where it was. think it was down here? Ooh. How did you get in front of me? What? Whatever.
Heading there now.
Let's try it. I don't know what that buff on me is.
This place is... Shall we look?
Won't budge. Seems to be held in place. Seems to be held in place by a device. So what do I do from here is my question. Do I go back to the temple and use the other doorway, maybe? Or did I just miss something? Sunset Greatsword. No, thank you. I'm not interested in any greatswords aside from my big bunk. Alright, what can we do? Ascent missile. Teleport. Cathedral of the Sacred Blood. This one. Uh-oh. Are we having bitrate troubles? Come on, it's been well behaved. Don't do this to me now. Alright, seems to be okay. Let me pull up Twitch Inspector just in case. Like, I already have the quality set to hot garbage because I know that my internet is acting up today for no reason. So it'd be real great if that didn't continue being an issue. Alright. It says it's stabilized again, so here's to hoping.
I believe we can climb that.
No, we're not climbing anything. We're going through here. I don't remember where it's gonna take me, but...
We'll be there soon. That's a powerful signal.
Wait. Hey, wait, no, open the door. Damn it. Now what? Oh. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, can I get through here too, or...?
Sense something past here.
Bodge seems to be held in
Shall
place
we
by a
look for
device. What? So, then what am I supposed to do? How do I open them? So, hang on, I pulled up a walkthrough to see if I missed something. Because, like, that's now two doors I am not able to go through. Go all the way to the end. Wait, to teleport to find another newly unlocked door. Yeah, it says that it's... This is supposed to be where I go now. So I can't say I follow why it says locked. Oh. I have to watch a cutscene. Well, I guess that's my bad. I figured if it wasn't one wing door, we go to the other wing door, but apparently there's a middleman we have to go to. That's annoying. Alright. You know, I understand this is to load the area, so that everything can render and, you know, be all good, not overload the memory, but this is a pain in the ass. Thank you. It is a pain.
How shall we proceed?
Alright. See the cutscene already, or do I have to, like, walk into it? I hear the music again. Oh, straight into the cutscene then? Is that what's happening? Yep, straight in.
Could you fix this stuff up for us?
What's wrong with it?
Yikes, you must have seen some real action. Don't worry, I've got it taken care of. So what happened?
Huh?
You all look so happy, especially Mia.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, she's having a bad time. She's straight up about to frenzy.
What is she doing here?
That's gonna get dangerous.
Please, Jack. You have to save Jack.
She's about to frenzy.
Let's take her to the back. We can shoot her there.
Okay, so we managed to save her from going into a frenzy, but
I apologize for
why did
bouncing
she
in
show
like
up
that.
to us? She literally has
What's
a partner.
going on exactly?
Do you know about the cavern underneath the cathedral? We were attacked there. Jack lured them away so that I could...
Slow down.
Attacked? Wait, what were you doing down there in the first place?
Our mission is the preservation of the successors and their relics. It is not a new phenomenon for successors to go into a frenzy. There has always been a need for someone to monitor them, and to stop them if they ever begin to turn. A successor acts as a vessel for a relic, in both body and will. If that vessel breaks, it has to be replaced. That's why.
That's why you were hunting for revenants?
We considered every possible option. We truly did. But in the end, that was the only one that would work. I know it's no excuse for what we've done, even if it was the only way. That is simply a burden I will have to live with. I will always carry them with me. I will never forget the faces and dreams of those who stepped forward to keep the relics safe.
Well, doesn't that just sound depressing?
I suppose it really can't be all that easy to find a replacement vessel.
That's why we're here, to keep a constant eye on the condition of the other successors.
Wait, you guys are successors too?
Jack watches the successors for signs of frenzy, while I act as a temporary replacement until we can find someone suitable. My voice has the power to stave off frenzy, for a time at least.
A temporary vessel?
So she can just kind of like sing them to sleep for a certain amount of time before it needs to come out of her and be brought to someone else.
There's a successor.
That's
in a crypt
weird.
Under the cathedral. We were traveling through the tunnels down there to check on them. I know I have no right to ask you for...
Just here for now. We'll rescue Jack. I promise. Actually, I have a question. The successor whose crypt is under the cathedral. Do you know who they are?
I do. In addition to a number of other scientific endeavors, he was involved in Revenant research and an integral part of Project Queen. I believe you may have heard of him.
Probably.
Juzo Mido.
Did you say Mido?
Juzo, the drunkard from Sakido?
Yeah. He sold us out. Me and my entire family.
Oh, so somebody else wants to run his pockets. Got it. Okay, so that's a thing we have to deal with now. Nope. Now we can talk to Io? Is this where I get her as a companion? Maybe?
Leda, do you know of her? I heard she looks very similar to me.
All of the successors, not the successors, their attendants
she
do.
Vanished, leaving behind only a single vestige. Louis thought it might mean something, so he brought it to me. I know nothing about her, but I feel that I should. There are memories in this vestige. Please, could you show me?
Sure. I don't see why not. Cool. Okay, that pattern is somehow like super cool and also super scary. Like, I can't tell what I'm looking at.
I am an attendant.
Okay, so yeah, attendant was the right word.
I see. But even so, I'm sorry.
This was the one outside the cathedral, wasn't it?
I understand, and it will not be a problem. I will stay and attend to you from out here.
In that case, do you think you could talk with me for a while?
That's nice that she had someone to keep her company so she didn't frenzy. Ooh, okay.
Leda, where did you go?
I guess it's a good thing my boots are black.
Do not worry, successor. I have performed my duty and dealt with the intruder. They will not be able to revive now that they have been turned to ash.
That's slightly horrifying.
Driving them off is enough, isn't it? Why did you have to go so far?
My duty is to protect and defend you. I must ensure threats are completely repelled before they have a chance to cause you harm.
As the successor of the Ribcage, I order you to stop hunting revenants immediately.
No. I'm sorry, Successor, but I will do what must be done. That is my purpose.
Leda.
Well...
Successor, another intruder has been repelled. Successor?
It looks like I won't be able to remain myself for much longer. Thank you for everything.
Oh, this is before she frenzied.
When that time comes, my only regret is leaving you all alone. You've always been so unerringly steadfast.
I do not understand. I have performed my duty. I have done everything I was supposed to do. Everything I was supposed to do to protect my successor.
Damn. That's really sad, though. She was like, I did everything right. Why did I still not keep her safe? And it really, like, wasn't about actually keeping her safe. The entire time, the successors were slowly losing their minds. There was nothing that could be done about it.
An attendant of the relics. One who stands by and serves a successor. It is the same for me. My duty is to stand by your side and lend you my support, just as she did for her successor. We were created with the same purpose. That attendant, Leda, she was a defender of sacred ground.
I don't like that idea.
I'm certain she fulfilled her duty until
I don't like the idea of you're with me and you're supporting me because it's your duty. It's what you were made to do. I want it to be because, like, you want to help me.
Describe what I'm feeling.
Because, you know, I guess in the end, help is help, but I want you to want it.
Consumed entirely by her mission. Leda. I want to know more. All this time I've been blindly following my duty.
Exactly. This is what I want.
What is my true purpose in life? If I am with you, I may be able to find the answers to some of my questions, just as I did now. I realize that what I ask you now may not be part of my duty. Still, I feel I must ask it of you nevertheless. Please, will you permit me to go with you in your future travels?
So this is the part where you gain her as a follower. So it was only one boss early.
Are you sure? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I shall do my best.
She's so cute. It's not fair. Like, just look at her face. How am I supposed to say no to that? Alright. Well, she was already our partner anyway. She's my favorite one, because in my opinion, she's just the best supporter. Which is fine, because I don't really need somebody to deal a lot of damage. I just need someone to keep me, you know, keep enemies busy, keep me alive. But, you know, I like her the best. Plus, she's cool. And she's the companion you have with you for the longest time, so it makes sense to me. Alright. Now will that door open? I have no idea. Let's find out.
Is the underground cavern up ahead?
I hope so.
Let's search for the hunter. Is
Oh, come on again. I like how it pulls the underside of my, like, cloak up. And yes, it is pink. I designed all of that. And I absolutely love how all of it looks. Honestly, I will give Code Vein this praise above all else. That, like, the gameplay is a little bit funky sometimes. It can feel a little bit stiff, a little bit too, you know, like, too focused. You know, that you don't really have a lot of versatility or options when it comes to how you actually play. Obviously, you can do a bunch of different builds and abilities or whatever, but just, like, actually fighting everything doesn't feel like there's a whole crazy amount to it.
Nearby.
But it is well designed. The story is interesting, and I genuinely want to know more about it. Can we just kill this? Thank you.
Look at that.
Ooh, the Artemis vestige. My favorite Olympian. But like, it has beautiful design, beautiful writing, beautiful sound, and the character creation is some of the best I have ever encountered. Seriously, like, when you look back at my Mondays and see me playing Andromeda and you see how bad all the characters look,
can you hear me?
This is the polar opposite of that. The character creation in this game, it really is super versatile and amazing, and I think it's great.
It's all right. We didn't come here to fight you.
The cavalry's here. Your sidekick sent us.
Bro, anybody who draws a sword that size backhanded is going to run your pockets.
She got away safely.
Never mind.
There's a lot I want to say to you, but I'll keep it short. Thank you for watching over Nicola. I really appreciate it.
I'm not sure you should be thanking me.
Who was it? Who attacked you?
Somehow, the impossible happened. No successor should be able to escape from a sealed crypt.
Excuse me?
A successor? Wait, are you saying Mito attacked you?
Eva already told you? That'll save some explaining. It's strange. I'm not picking up any relic response from Mito's body. And yet, as far as I can tell, the crypt is still functioning normally. I was completely blind to his deception.
Wait, where are you going?
Mito took the relics that were being held inside of Eva.
That means he's got at least 2, if not 3 now.
No matter the cost.
That's a serious problem. He's got at least 2 of them.
Let's go with him. This might get bad.
Alright. And I believe that gives us Jack as a companion, too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we get Jack as a companion off of that, which is always cool. Oh, I thought that was an enemy coming at me.
Did you find something good?
Oh yeah, wait a minute, what's the button? Whenever I was playing multiplayer, whenever I finished off a boss, I'd JoJo pose. I actually came across one person who had the same gesture lined up, and we literally stood back to back in sync and JoJo posed together, and it was honestly like so funny. It kind of reminded me of the time that I was playing Persona 5. Now, a little bit of background on how the online works in Persona 5. When you are in a combat zone, under certain circumstances, you can call for help from other players. You know, their characters don't actually show up and help you fight. It's a very minor mechanic. They just kind of like, if you get yourself into a bad situation, you send out a signal, and all of a sudden, like, they pop in, knock the enemy away, and leave. That's it. But what happened was, because I felt like it didn't actually care and thought it would be kind of funny, I named the character, who is Joker, I named him Jotaro, you know, like from JoJo Part 3. And one time I did get into trouble during that playthrough, and so I signaled for help, and what came in was another player by the name of Speedwagon.
Go ahead. I'll follow you.
Who is a major character who is like super supporting on like everything related to JoJo and like all of the different ones in the line. So I was playing as Jotaro, who got helped by basically like the person who actually helps him in his story. Ah, I missed. And it's just like, I don't think I have ever had something that's like that level of luck, or just like coincidence, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I've ever had that happen before.
Certainly been a while. I thought you might have gone off and joined the
So that's what that reminds me of, doing the JoJo pose in this with that one person. Alright. Get through, we have a whole group in here. Ow. There we go.
Lost on the bridge above. Beware the rocks. Hold it.
Oh, good thing I was in the animation. I love iframes. They're so helpful.
That's all. This is a bad place to fight.
Oh.
I'm not getting in the way, am I?
Absolutely not. He just hit me across my jaw with a weapon twice the size of my own body, and my character just took it. Homeboy's built different. All kinds of different. Alright, what's over here? Oh.
Shall we rest here for a while?
This is handy. Ow. Oh, okay. Start looting.
We can certainly use this. Take care not to fall.
If I had to guess, there's probably a vestige down here.
This This is that chamber.
Is there? Oh no, it's just a regen thing, which I can't use because mine is maxed out. So that's not actually very helpful. Oops.
This place seems to go on.
My computer went to sleep. Okay, I got it.
I wandered aimlessly for days, searching for my family.
Come on. That was depressing. I was about to hit dodge and then I got shot. Staggered me. It'd be like that sometimes. Stop it. No, don't, please. Don't remind me of Skyrim. I don't want it. Ow. Like, I never want to hear, "Oh, you're finally awake," ever in my life. Never again. Please, just stop.
Be wary of an ambush.
So I have no idea where I'm actually supposed to go. I assume down that long, skinny path. That feels like it would be a good assumption. Yep, indeed. Alright, let's do this. Aww, you canceled my I'm reasonably confident I didn't dodge that one. It wasn't the healing animation. This boss honestly kind of feels like a Sekiro boss to me. Like, just the way it plays. Ooh. Oh my god. Alright, good. We staggered him at the last second. Baha! Staggered him just long enough to get the heal.
A vestige.
Wait, did that lost leave something behind?
Who's this one?
This is Mr. Mito. He's going to be taking all of you in.
I don't think we'll get along with him. He doesn't look like he smiles.
This is where it all began.
Miguel? I don't think that's Mr. Juzo Mito.
I thought I told you not to come in here.
What is this? What have you done?
Whoa.
It's nothing to be concerned about. I'm merely indulging my curiosity. You, however, you will become something far greater.
He was smiling as he spoke, like a child playing with a doll.
That's scary. Alright, so I'm guessing this Miguel person was the Gilded Hunter that we just fought.
And how are we doing today, my dear children? You should celebrate, for today we are entering a new phase of our research. Rejoice on this glorious day of reunion. Praise curiosity.
So it looks like that's Juzo.
For you are about to climb the ladder of evolution.
Why are all, like... Why is it that major scientific breakthroughs like this have to come with some level of, like, psychopathy? You know, why can't it just be that, like, you manage to successfully create these really awesome things, and people just, you know, improve on it? No, you turned them into monsters after, like, eviscerating dozens of others, if not hundreds. Like, it... I never understood that. I do understand that, like, restrictions, and guidelines, and safety, you know, frames, they definitely hold science back, but that's a good thing. Exactly. Sounds like science. Exactly.
And celebrated as a scientific genius. But he used orphans like us as guinea pigs for his twisted experiments.
Yep, there it is.
Then sold us all into slavery as enhanced soldiers.
How awful.
He always told us, humanity is but a stepping stone to the future, and curiosity is the philosopher's stone of evolution.
Yeah, no, that's just, no.
His experiments never ended. He used my friends over and over again, like they were just objects. Mido, you bastard. I'll make you pay for what you've done.
That's horrible. That is really, really disgusting. I have to eat something. You enjoy your food. I'll be eating shortly as well. How do I... Okay, that's how I do that.
Nothing is more important than preparedness. It's over.
Ooh. I'm not trying to get knocked down.
We have no choice.
I'm just gonna keep running. I don't know what you mean. No choice with what? What you talking about? I'm just gonna keep running. Ow. Ow. Well.
Did you find something good? Let's continue.
I love this Y-hander. It hits way too hard. Way too hard.
What's hidden in there?
Black Blood Liberator. Oh, that's something I can't even equip. Oh, never mind. It was an interesting idea while it lasted.
Heading there now.
Alright, let's open up this just in case. Oh, yep.
A guard watching over the door, perhaps? Look at that.
Do here? Use dog tags. It's an interesting key.
I fear.
Sorry, I was looking.
That's okay. So where are we going?
There may be something up above.
There's a lot of tunnels, man. Whoa.
It's terribly hot here.
City of Falling Flame. That's not scary at all. Alright.
Everything here is ablaze.
There's enemies inside of the fire.
Those flames don't look like they'll die down anytime soon. This flaming flames.
Yeah, no. Go away. Alright. This is a new area. Alright. I'm not going to jump into anything unless I see a vestige somewhere. Alright, so that's already... How about... Nope. Regular item. Ah! It changed my aim. I was aiming for that one. How about here? I actually don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know if you guys can even see it because of the quality, unfortunately. But it's a word I've seen multiple times. What is it? Let me find it. Scathach. Don't know how to pronounce that. Drink. Oh, did you redeem water? It didn't tell me. I did the drink.
Let's run through as quickly as we can.
Ow! Why are there fire monkeys with hammers? Who decided that was okay? I need to know. Who decided that was an acceptable thing to put in here? Fire monkeys with hammers.
I have complete faith in you.
Oh. Oh, he parried me. Well, didn't matter. Oh. Never mind, it did matter.
There's something there.
Look, I forgot to eat dinner. Yeah, I need to do that too at some point. I appreciate the work. Thank you. Alright, I need to figure out how I'm going to navigate this map. Almost every area of Code Vein is somewhat of a maze that I have trouble keeping track of. Wait, did I reach? Oh. Hi there.
What a terrible place.
Seeing your way to Queen? It's just absurd.
It's him.
Even now, humanity buds into a new world of possibility.
Mido. Was that?
So it's one of his vestiges. He left a piece of himself behind, I guess?
Got this?
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
Seek the Queen? It's just absurd, Gregorio. Even you must realize that no progress can be made without sacrifice.
Sir, the vessel has been prepared.
This is a terrible idea.
This relic is a seed that will sprout.
This is a terrible idea.
Even now, humanity bots into a new world of possibility.
Relic transfer of the subject Emily Sue has begun. Compatibility remains stable.
Split.
They're trying to forcibly connect it.
Blossom into a beautiful
No. Don't you dare use my line. How dare you, Detective Diaz? Alright, so I guess now we know... Now we know who the upcoming successor is, I guess?
The successor. It was you. Emily.
Okay, so he knows who that is.
Let's head to the crypt.
That's terrible. Oh yeah, sure, I walk across, it sets me on fire, and I'm losing HP.
Is that your way of calling for
But
help?
we're just casually strolling across it like it's nothing?
Hold on.
How does that make any sense? Come on. Vestige 1.
How far have we come? It's light.
Alright. Let's make my weapon frigid, because I think there's a little mini boss up ahead. Even with the double buffs, this is taking me a bit, which is very abnormal. There we go. Go away. Alright. Have a place we can respawn and heal. Bad monkeys.
We finished it.
Yes, it would appear so. Alright. So what do we have? It's a climb down, not a kick down. This just brings us back to where we were, yes? Yeah, we already explored this area. I'm trying to, like, measure where we are.
Shall we go down?
Yes. Oh, hi. Nope. Nope. There we go.
Heading there now.
Nope. we skipped an entire section. That's not good. Of course. Io, get off of the fire. What are you doing?
Let's try to find the safest way.
Ow! Well, at least that brought me back to my feet, I guess. Stupid things. Alright, there we go.
Another obstacle conquered. I pray there's something.
I hate the ball
Did you
enemies.
find something good?
Hi there. Go away. Alright, this is the end.
I can relax both my mind and body.
So we definitely aren't ready to leave. We are 100% not done yet. Because we only have like 1 or 2 pieces. There's definitely more. But now that we've opened that, it means that as soon as we find all the other pieces, we can just go. Ow. Ow. Of course, he hit me with every attack. Go away.
We aren't going to leave you behind.
Look at that.
Alright, so that's Vestige Part B. So we have A and B. Excuse me. I don't remember telling you you could do that. Whatever. That half worked. I dodged the enemy but hit the wall of fire. Alright, Part E, so that means we need at least 2 more. Ow. Need at least 2 more. Not the monkeys.
Finished it.
Alright, so that's the only way. Am I able to get... maybe I can use this passage to go back? As long as I don't rest at another missile. Should be able to explore everything as I want. Alright, so through here. But this is blocked off, isn't it? I can't get back up here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to teleport, probably back to the beginning, and then just run my way through. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that. Teleport. City of Falling Flame entrance.
Watch the flames.
As soon as she says that, they blow up in my face. We didn't even see those the first time. I had no idea that those popped up there, so that's an oopsie. Alright, but we have to find sections of the map that aren't explored yet. Which, we can already see one over there that I haven't reached. Ladder looks like, yes it does. Ow! That was my butt cheeks. Very rude of you. This area didn't have... No, that didn't have a message. Computer fell asleep again. Alright. Ow! Stop hitting me in the butt. I didn't consent. That's not nice. I'm out. Where can I go? Up here? Okay, up here is unexplored. And I think it will lead me back to... Yep, it'll lead me back to the ladder. Alright. We haven't gone all the way through there either.
What's that?
Is this ladder down? Yeah, it is. There's a whole section of the map I didn't go through.
Am I pulling my weight in that?
Yes, you are. You're doing just fine. Part D. So now we need Part C. Look at her, just wiping them off the map without a problem. There's probably not going to be two vestiges next to each other, so this is... Oh, wait, I guess there is. Part C. I think that's all of them. I'm pretty sure that's everything. We can continue looking through the other parts of the map, but I believe we've got it now. Which, I mean, perfect for me. I'm not complaining. Let's check around just in case.
Lost nearby.
Another one of these. I don't know what he was here for. No. Probably to tease you because you'd kill him and then see it on the other side of the barricade? You know, you'd be like, oh yay, I get to go have that, and then it's just not there, so now you gotta fight him. I don't know, that's just my hunch. Whatever. Doesn't bother me.
What's this?
I gotta kill a couple enemies. Ow. Oh. I've been parried. I just need to get back to a missile. Yep, that's all I needed. Bye. leaving. I don't know what I fade into, but it's cool. It feels like, oh god, this is an old one. It feels like the Polar Express, when that one dude just, like, keeps disappearing into a golden dust or something like that, if I remember right. He just, like, fades. Alright, now we can see if I have everything.
We have reached the crypt. I've been waiting for you.
Veep.
Please, spin a thread of memory for me.
Yep. Alright, so we already got the first one, so that means we just have to repair these 3. Cool, we did it.
Reinforcements! 2 o'clock! Damn it, they just keep coming. Miguel, Emily, we're falling back.
I can't walk anymore.
Come on, fight. It's just a bit farther. We're all going back home alive.
Well, I'm already sad, and this is only the first part of the first memory.
Hey, we're heading back to the front after we eat, right? I want to make sure I go out there with a full tank.
Are you hanging in there, Emily?
I'm just fine. Your onigiri really did the trick, Yakumo.
I've never had onigiri. I would like to.
Take it easy. Watch yourself.
The wall just falls over.
What are you doing here? You need to get some rest or else you're gonna be all groggy.
Whenever I think we'll have to listen to Nito forever, it makes it hard for me to fall asleep.
Don't worry. I don't intend to let that happen. I promise, one of these days we're going to take our freedom back. And I mean all of us. Together.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I have no idea what I'd do without you guys.
Alright, that's memory number 1. It is a shame that, like, we don't really get enough about the successors beforehand. You know, we reach their areas and get all of their memories. And then we get a slight mention of them either before we reach their area or after we fight them. And we really don't get to, like, know about them. And I want to. You know, I think it would have been interesting if we met these characters before. And then they became successors and all of that. I don't know. I think it's a shame. Obviously, we meet, like, a mirage of Nicola, but I mean for the others.
I've been waiting. Please, spin a thread of memory.
Alright. Nope. Number 3. Alright, we got it. Oh, more gunshots.
Nothing we do even phases it. It looks like they've got us surrounded. We need to open an exit.
I'll create a distraction. I want both of you to use it to escape.
Destroying their footing should slow them down. Can you do that, Emily?
You bet. Just say when.
Now would be good. Instantly would be nice.
Saved our hides this time, didn't we? Well, some sharp thinking.
It's because I'm always watching you, Yakumo. My body just responded on its own.
That's cute. I like that.
Watching me?
Oh, as an example of what to do. I need to learn how to pull my own weight,
That's
right?
one way to get outed for your feelings.
I like your attitude. Looks like we don't have time to sit around and chat.
Alright. Gate dropped onto memory part 3.
I'm gonna buy you some time, so run while you can.
Don't be ridiculous. We aren't going to leave you behind.
It's either that or all of us are lunch. I want at least you two to get out of here. Run, damn it! Keep your eyes forward and move!
So, it seems like they were fighting before everything happened. Like, before the frenzy pandemic. Or epidemic, whatever. When it was Revenants versus the Beast that suddenly appeared outside in the world. And it'll be, you know, I wish we had more on the backstory of this game. Like, Code Vein feels like a sequel. And I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. But it, you know, I would like a part 1.
Please, spin a thread of memory.
Because we really don't get enough about what happened before. It's just mentioned on a regular basis. We get a handful of flashbacks, but like, I want the story. You can't even go on wikis for Code Vein because it doesn't give you much.
Oh, good. You're finally awake, Emily.
What happened? We were surrounded by those
monsters, over here.
And then...
That bastard Mito told me when I woke up.
Okay, so they were humans.
Back to life as revenants. And we aren't the only ones. He's done the same thing to Yakumo and the others too. He's waiting for everyone to wake up. I don't know much else.
I feel like the whole wall should have fallen.
Well, I guess it will have to do. It's time to put you to work.
Are you kidding me? Why would we ever listen to you again?
Because obedience is your only option. Unless you want me to dispose of your sleeping friends, that is.
You son of a...
It's sad that we know...
Defend me from the frenzied queen. Laying down your very life should it prove necessary. I expect you to serve me diligently in this purpose.
It's sad that we know what happened to those two. We know that Miguel became the Gilded Hunter that we fought already.
Fought the lost and died again and again, just as
so that means, you know, Miguel's gone.
I felt something important was
we killed what was left of him.
the only thing I had
And now we're about to square up with Emily.
finally wake up.
Through here? Yeah, through here.
Excellent. Your efforts have provided me with a fine sample. The queen will fall, and humanity's next evolution will blossom.
It makes me mad that he keeps using my taglines here.
Continued success for you.
I think that's it. Let's double check just in case, but I don't think there are any other vestiges for us to restore.
I've been waiting. Please, spin a thread of memory for me.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, we have to assume that we've got them all. Here we go. You know, if you guys have never played Code Vein, I really encourage it. I've sung its praises all throughout the stream so far, but the real cherry on top is the fact that it also has a literally hot cat girl. For some reason, this just makes me laugh. Like, it's really cool, but it makes me laugh that there's a literally hot cat girl here. Because of course there is.
It's just like what happened with Nicola.
Emily! Don't be reckless. We have to. You're kidding, right? You were all alone, Emily. It must have been so hard. But not anymore. I'll bring your suffering to an end. Just hold on. A little while longer.
Let's do this. I like how my companion isn't even here. The cutscene literally does not have the person I'm using to to be my partner.
Be careful.
Hello there. Back up. Ah. Aw, I used up all my my energy. Got her. Greater loss dispersed. Blazing Claw obtained. Cool. And there's her relic.
Please, make it quick. I owe you big time for this.
I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. Well, ow. That can't feel comfortable. Alright, here we go.
What are you doing there, child? Those pitiful creatures have fallen in their attempt to climb.
No, they're still asleep. That's all. wake up before long.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury to coddle late bloomers. However, their failure will fuel your success, for they will serve as offerings to your ascension.
Wait. Whatever you want to do, just do it to me.
Oh, an intriguing offer.
Keep your grubby fingers off them.
Whoa, okay. Alright.
I'll keep everyone safe. I promise. So, next time we meet, you can hang back a bunch of onigiri. Got that?
You know, it's kind of weird to me that, like, it seems every single... Oh. Okay. Every single one of them woke up late.
Yes, just as I thought. A tempered will has the power to...
Like, it kind of reminds me of Champion Gundyr from Dark Souls 3, where he was the chosen one, the Ashen one that is your character, but he woke up too late, so the world had already fallen to darkness, and, you know, he lost.
In the end, I will come for you.
Oh, Jesus. Really tired of getting thrown into pits here. But yeah, that's what that makes me think of. You know, like, it seems everybody woke up too late to actually save their friends. And it's not ending well for most of them. Alright, did I succeed? Did I remind her of who she is? There she is. Get it over with already.
Hey.
Yakumo?
Aww.
No way, it really is you, Yakumo. You're all better, too. That's so wonderful.
Sorry it took me so long to get here, but... well...
Don't worry. It was my decision, after all.
I was supposed to keep you all safe. I'm sorry, Emily.
Come on, Yakumo. We like you because you're always pushing forward and not dwelling on the past. We all looked up to you growing up. So pull yourself together already.
Sorry.
What did I just say?
I feel that, though.
You're still as fierce as ever, aren't you?
I really am glad, though. I didn't think I would ever see you again. Thank you, Yakumo. I guess stomachs don't know any better.
Sheesh. Here, take this.
Your onigiri! I've been waiting for this.
Where was he keeping that? No, seriously.
Oh, good.
Where was he holding on to that?
That was wonderful.
Are you sure you don't want more?
You always wanted more.
I'm satisfied. Because, you know...
Hey, wait.
It's kind of sad that, like, she has just straight up accepted it.
Something I'd like you to do for me. Do you remember how you used to hold me when I was little? Could you...
Is this all right?
Perfect.
It's so cute and also so depressing.
Thank you.
Emily.
Yakumo, you know... I've always... Yakumo, I've always...
Aww. Nah, we fixing that right now. That is getting fixed this instant. And restore, because that we are letting that she's just confused. We are letting that love stay where it is. Come on, let's see the happy ending. Okay. Okay, she's okay.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. I'm still in the same form as I was before.
Well, here's the good news. Now she's awake. Exactly. The two of them are now together, and he has one of the biggest, strongest girlfriends of all time.
What were you going to say earlier?
Which is wild.
You know, you were saying something.
Oh, well... You won't laugh?
Why would I?
I've always loved Hironigiri. I can't get enough.
What, was that it? Well, you're in luck. Because for you, I'm happy to make as many as you like, as often as you want.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Aww, she's taking a nap. That's cute.
Thank you, Emily.
It really is so wholesome.
Then you got me in your pocket now. You're already carrying a lot on your shoulders. Let's carry it together, okay?
I love how happy my character looks.
Well,
like, he's not even making that big of a facial expression, but he looks so genuinely happy.
Just you wait. I swear, I'll make that bastard pay for what he's done.
Oh. Uh-oh.
That was such a moving
Oh,
scene.
great.
In fact, I almost found myself laughing.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Mito.
Interesting. I don't see little Jack anywhere. Dealing with the successors was supposed to be his job.
Saves us a search anyway. Your ass, pal!
Oh. He has other attendants. Small problem. Oh, he's got a few of them, too.
Impressed. My guinea pigs have been gifted with the power of the relics. I must say, I'm grateful to the children, Yakumo. They were excellent test subjects.
Damn you!
Oh. Well.
It's no good.
That didn't quite work out how he planned.
Jack, my boy,
He straight up teleported in and still just got decked. He got Chris Redfield haymakered.
Back all of the relics you stole.
Oh, and do what with them exactly? After all, your vessel is broken.
What are you talking about?
Oh my, you didn't notice? I gave your precious Eva a little present. You're under the impression that you allowed her to escape. That is incorrect. I allowed her to escape.
That's...
He's gonna frenzy her on purpose.
I installed a prototype in that lovely throat of hers.
But then, that means she was already...
He gave her another relic.
Damn you!
I imagine that she'll frenzy before long, and a frenzied relic will be compelled to seek Gregorio. Do you suppose she's already wandering the snow-capped mountains?
I hate this guy. I cannot wait to kill him.
I'll destroy you!
Do go and see to the successors, won't you? As for me, I must say farewell to a certain dotard.
Get back here, you coward!
I hate him. I hate him.
Eva! I have to go find her.
Vestige number 5.
I'm doing just fine, thanks to you. Oh, stop giving me that look. Miguel met a cruel end because of Mito, but his life wasn't all tragedy. because we met Yakumo, we were able to have companions worth believing in.
Well, this is the closest thing I'm going to get to a Quarian, now that Andromeda doesn't have any. So I'll just, you know, enjoy the synthesized voice for her, I guess. Oh.
We found something valuable today.
Oh. Her attendant's gone now, too. That means we should probably go back to the one that was with Nicola. Crypt of the Breath. Let's see if that one left anything behind. Anytime now. There we go. Alright, there's our little buddy. Not so little. Yep, his attendant did leave one. Vestige Part A. Alright, so now we're gonna go back to main base. See if there's a cutscene. And if not, I think it's finally time to go to the bottom of the snow mountain, since that's what Mito mentioned. Alright, so it looks like there's nothing special to do. Why are you over here?
I don't know why your blood can act. However, this is only a fighting.
Oh, never mind. Oh, that's Mia. Okay. God damn it, Michael. Alright. Alright. Isis Falls. Okay, so now we're just gonna go, we just have to go to the bottom of the mountain, but I'm going to end it here. We will enter the next area next week, and we will also probably finish the game next week, because I believe we only have one successor left, and then we've got, I think, 2 or 3 more areas to go to. Because there really isn't that many bosses in the game. We've beaten a good few now. Alright. So, let me pop my raid message in the chat before I start looking for someone. Let's see. Let me look at who's online for us to give a nice raid to. Doesn't look like anybody, really. No. The only person really streaming on my end is Eileen Senpai. However, we have rated her fairly recently, so I'm not sure I want to do that again. You know what? Let me see who's playing Code Vein. Who's playing Code Vein right now? Someone named Code... Oh, that's funny. Your stream. Oh! Hi, Num Nums. I didn't even realize you were lurking. I really appreciate that. You have a good night, too. Thank you. Oh god, someone has their stream title as "Hey, you're finally awake." Nope. Instantly denied. Waifu Souls 4 Elden Ring hype. I don't trust that for some reason. Let's see. But you know what? Gar is streaming. We can say hello to Gar. He's playing Phasmo again. We haven't rated him in a couple of weeks, I don't think. If this would stop, why does it have like 15 seconds before it goes to the... Whatever. Alright. Nobody is really sticking out to me, and I don't want to just grab a random person. So we're going to raid my friend Shagar Gaming Central, who's currently playing Phasmophobia. And we're going to just, go hang out with him. Alright. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to my friend Famished Wolf, who lurked and unlurked so many times over the course of stream because they wanted to keep cutting into the conversation. I thought that was kind of funny that you just kept, appearing and then disappearing. And thank you again to Beat Shadow 007 for being number 250, the person who put me over that big milestone, that landmark of follows. It still ain't much, but it's honest work, and I'm happy to have reached that. A wonderful night, a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.